Waves as high as 13 feet have killed 3 people and forced the closure of nearly 100 ports in Ecuador, Chile, and Peru. The unprecedented event has significantly damaged coastal infrastructure, disrupted daily life, and impacted the economy, especially affecting the livelihoods of fishermen. Damage in the Playa Amarilla and Coloso sectors of Antofagasta, a sinkhole and damage to Esmeralda Street in Tal Tal, and seawater reaching summer homes in Balneario Hornitos, in the commune of Mejillones, are part of the impact of strong waves in the region. The Antofagasta region is facing the impact of abnormally large waves, which have caused various damages in the bay and the local port, according to the Regional Early Warning Unit Centipede. The phenomenon, which is being monitored continuously, has affected several communes in the region, causing significant material losses but no reports of casualties. According to Centipede, the phenomenon has caused damage to several spas and beaches, causing concern among residents. In the Playa Amarilla and Coloso sectors, vehicle access has been affected by the accumulation of sediment. Preventive patrols are being carried out to ensure the safety of residents and visitors. In Mejillones, 10 boats sank, while in Hornitos 7 boats suffered the same fate and 4 others were destroyed. Seawater reached several summer homes in Hornitos, causing concern among residents. The storm surge caused the destruction of pedestrian protection fences and damage to small boats. At the intersection of Esmeralda and Moreno Streets, 2 sinkholes were recorded. Damage to the city's fiscal and historical docks is also being assessed. The strong waves also flooded Esmeralda Street, one of the city's main streets, affecting sectors close to the coastline. Images spread on social media networks show how the waves reached the urban area, covering the entire main street in the sector. A video taken in Hornitos, commune of Mejillones, shows the impact of the abnormal tidal wave affecting the coastal area of the Antofagasta region. Images recorded by Deputy Jose Miguel Castro show the sea reaching summer houses, causing concern among neighbors and showing the damage caused by this phenomenon. So far, no injuries have been reported, but the situation has alarmed Centipede and local authorities, who continue to monitor the development of the situation in the area. Deputy Castro said that the phenomenon has caused fear among residents and visitors, who were surprised by the power of the waves. Meanwhile, Centipede calls for taking extreme precautions in coastal areas, avoiding approaching affected sectors, and staying informed through official channels. Authorities recommend avoiding access to beaches and areas at risk, as well as securing boats and objects vulnerable to being swept away by the sea. The public is also asked to pay attention to Centipede updates and notifications to ensure their safety. A group of fishermen from Mejillones are facing a complicated scenario after the strong storm surge that hit the region. Some of their boats anchored at the commune's pier were partially damaged or completely lost due to the natural phenomenon. Videos broadcast this morning on social networks show the dire condition of the boats, some completely destroyed and others dragged to the shore. In response to the emergency, the Regional COGRID Disaster Risk Management Committee met to coordinate actions and evaluate the consequences of the abnormal storm surge in the region. Christian Rojas, responsible for public security of the municipality of Mejillones, gave details of the situation. We are facing an abnormal high tide, which began to be seen on December 27th. According to the maritime authorities and the warning center, the 28th and 29th were the days of greatest intensity. Today, Sunday, we hope that by nightfall the last major event related to the phenomenon can be recorded, he said. I want to be very firm in calling for caution. We know that for those of us who live on the coast, storm surges are usually a spectacle that attracts many people, but in this case, it is important not to expose ourselves unnecessarily. Let's avoid going down to the sea or approaching the docks, because this storm surge has caused considerable damage, especially to the fishing sector, which is currently facing difficult times, he added. Rojas highlighted the work carried out since dawn by fishermen, their families, and emergency teams to rescue the affected boats. We have worked with the fishermen to rescue the boats in danger. Many have been rescued, although unfortunately others have suffered irreparable damage. Security officers and firefighters have also supported this effort, providing lighting and assistance in the maneuvers carried out on the docks. Meanwhile, the coast of the Valparaiso region is on alert due to abnormal storm surges that could affect the development of the traditional fireworks display scheduled to welcome the new year in Valparaiso and Vina del Mar. This phenomenon will remain in effect until December 31st, causing concern among the authorities. Due to the bad sea conditions, various precautions have been taken to guarantee the safety of the thousands of visitors visiting the region. One of the main measures taken is the closure of Avenida Peru in Vina del Mar, which began on Saturday afternoon due to the continued strong waves. The measure, aimed at avoiding accidents, will remain in place until conditions improve. The captain of the port of Valparaiso, David Lopez, said that although all the necessary precautions have been taken, the decision whether the fireworks show will take place will depend on the sea conditions at that time. We are monitoring the anchored rafts and taking all precautions to guarantee safety. The performance of the show will be evaluated according to the sea conditions, said Lopez. In addition, the captain stated that a navigation evaluation will be carried out this Monday to determine whether the raft and fireworks installation maneuvers can be carried out safely. This will be evaluated, and if it is necessary to postpone the boarding of passengers, that decision will be taken, said Lopez. The large waves that will reach their most critical point at high tide will reach their peak on Monday, December 30th. The head of the Valparaiso Maritime Meteorology Center, Lieutenant Commander Felipe Rifo, explained that the phenomenon could generate strong waves, overtaking and potential damage to coastal infrastructure, especially in the bays in the north of the country that are open to that direction. The most intense conditions are expected on Sunday, December 29th, and Monday, December 30th, especially at high tide or high tide, especially between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. local time, said Lieutenant Commander Felipe Rifo.